What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video on Pure Panorama, where the Cummins truck is filthy and desperately needs a bath. Dude, this truck is gross right now on the outside. We spent time last weekend, as you know, getting the interior all cleaned up so that now we can maintain that, keep that fresh, and now we need to we got to take time to get the outside done because the outside is starting to really bug me. What I want to do in this video is investigate some stuff going on in the rear end of the Cummins truck. As all of you guys know, a couple weeks back we did the ball joints, the axle shaft U-joint, and a new wheel hub on the driver's side, and I'm still kind of shook from that. It scarred me, man. That freaking job sucked. But we do have to take care of the passenger side still, and I need to find time and make time to get that done sooner than later so that the whole front end is just complete and good. But now, as we are driving down the road, if I go over certain types of bumps, certain types of bumps? As if bumps aren't all the same. There's different ones. I guess, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I guess different size bumps. There we go. That's more like it. Because there is no different types of bumps. All bumps are technically the same, but there's definitely different size bumps, like potholes or speed bumps. And anyways, as we go over these bumps though, traveling down the road, the front end of the Cummins truck just feels absolutely phenomenal, man. It is tighter than tight. It feels so good, and I really have nothing to complain about there. It literally feels just like a brand new truck. And I may be going out on a limb here, but I would be willing to bet that it almost probably rides a little bit better than some of the newer trucks out there. This thing really does ride beautiful at the moment, with the exception of something in the rear end. So when we hit these bumps going down like all the main roads around here, when I'm cruising out to and from work, there's some type of clunk going on in the back end of the truck, and I need to figure out what that is. So what I want to do right now is we're going to crawl down underneath there, and we are going to look at the U-bolts that hold the leaf springs to the rear axle. We are going to look at the leaf springs themselves and the shackles for them. We're going to look at the bushings in the shackle, and if anything, I would almost be willing to bet that the bushings of the leaf springs at the shackles are probably just worn out and not as tight as they could be. Because at this point, I really can't think of any other thing that it would be causing these clunks as we go over bumps on the road. The shocks on the truck are all good. We've done brakes. We've done so many different things on this 24 valve Cummins truck that I know there's so many different new parts on there, but there's just a couple parts of suspension type of stuff that we haven't touched yet, and it's not that much that we haven't done or left that we need to do. So thinking about what we have not done yet, it really, I guess, almost makes the most sense in my head that it probably is a bushing or something that's just worn out and loose in one of the leaf springs, and I think I hear it mostly on the driver's side of the truck. So we're gonna start there and check those out right now. Good golly, Miss Molly, look at this. We gotta get out the old wire brush and take care of all this here. We gotta scrape it all down and get rid of all of it so that we can get it looking nice and crisp like this portion of the frame here. So the frame really is in great shape for a northern truck, but we definitely gotta scrape all this little crap off and just clean it all up so that we can hit it with some good undercoating and just freshen it all up so it looks good, it looks clean, and most importantly is protected from these northern winters. We do have a little bit to do underneath the body too. That's nothing bad right there. That's literally just like orange dust. Probably from like rocks and different things kicking up and just chipping the paint. That's not rot or anything like that. So we'll definitely work on cleaning all of that up so that we can take care of it. And I would like to hopefully undercoat the whole underside of the cab. Just anything that's exposed that could get rusted, I want to take care of and spray it so that we know it's sealed up, it's protected, and it looks clean. I guess the only other thing to decide is whether or not we should remove the whole bed from the truck and really get into it. But enough of that ADD crap and getting all sidetracked. We need to try and take a peek at these bushings, and it's really hard to see, and I don't know of any good way to really test these things to see if they are worn out. They don't, from what I can see the bushing right in here. You guys probably can't see anything, but I can see them looking up through that little crack, and they don't look dry rotted or worn out or anything. So I don't know, they may not be bad, but it may not hurt because they are a cheap enough part. It may not hurt to just get new bushings and put them in, and possibly maybe even pull the leaf springs out completely and just have them re-arched. Depending on what a set of leaf springs would cost, I don't know, it may be more cost effective to just go ahead and buy a set of leaf springs and put them on the truck, some brand new fresh ones. So I don't know, we're gonna look into it. We're gonna see how much a bushing set costs for them, and maybe we'll try those out first, and if that helps things out, then great. But it might be worth actually just getting new leaf springs and putting them in the truck. If you look down this one, you can see that it definitely has a little sag to it right there where the block is in the U-bolts. You can definitely tell that it's a little worn out and stuff. So it actually might be time. These are most likely the original leaf springs that came on the truck 17 years ago. So honestly speaking, it's probably a good idea to maybe think about getting new leaf springs here soon, before winter time, and that I would almost guarantee would take care of our clunking problem back here. And it's not that the clunk is bad or hurting the truck or anything, it's more just a nuisance. It annoys me and it drives me crazy. So I'm trying to get a peek at that leaf spring over there without really rolling across the ground underneath the truck. And that one doesn't appear to look as bad as the driver's side, but it's still worn out, and most likely that's the original one too. Neither one of them have probably ever been touched. It's hard to see now because I'm backed right up to the garage door, but if we do like stand behind the truck and look at it, the left side does have a little bit of a lean to it too, so it doesn't sit, I don't think, 100% level or even in the rear end. Trying to get a look at the tires here that actually look like they might be starting to get chopped a little bit here in the middle. So I don't know if they are overinflated. We may have to let some air out of these and see if it maybe starts to clear that up. But we got a little trick up our sleeve, just an old tried and true proven test that we will do to see how these tires are wearing, if they're wearing evenly or not. But looking at that lug right here, I don't know, man, that doesn't look like it's wearing all that well. We can't be having these tires getting all effed up either, because they're still brand new. They're only a few months old. We got them back in the winter time, as you know, for the winter up here in New York. So we gotta definitely try to, if there is any issues, take care of them. If I get down here at eye level though and look at them, they really actually don't look all that bad. So we might be good. I might just be seeing stuff and freaking myself out, bruh. But let's get down here and take a look down this leaf. Oh yeah, so if we look down this leaf spring right here, I don't know how well you guys can see it through the camera, but if we look down this one, there's definitely still some good arch in this one. Whereas the other one over there looked like it was a little bit more flattened out. So I don't know. It might just be a good idea to, even if I don't know how much it costs to have springs re-arched, I'd have to look around and find out what kind of shops around here do that. But depending on what it costs to have that done, it may be cheaper just to buy new ones. It probably almost would be better to buy new ones, and I could get a thicker, more heavy-duty pack in general, put them on the truck, and just beef up the rear end of the truck just a little bit more. It'll be able to handle a little bit more of a load and hauling stuff. So you can actually see this bushing like crazy compared to the other one. You couldn't not see the other one hardly at all. So they do actually have a little bit of dry rot to them. It doesn't look horrible though. I bet you that they're probably just tired. They're probably worn and probably need to be replaced. So that is the bushing right there at the top of the shackle in the far back. I don't know, it's kind of tough to tell when they're in there and you can't really get good eyes. It's kind of tough to tell when they're installed on the truck and you can't really get a good eye on them to really see them and stuff. It's not like you can feel them or anything either, but if I had to guess, I would be guessing that they're just probably a little old and they'd probably need to get taken out and replaced, or just new leaf springs in general. Because like I said, I've been experiencing this little clunking noise for quite a while now, and it's not anything major. It's not anything that's harming the truck or gonna harm any other drivers or anything out on the road. It's just that annoying clunk when you hit a bump. And I've replaced so many other components on the truck, but the only things that I haven't really gotten into yet and touched are the U-bolts that hold the leaf springs to the axle, or the leaf springs themselves. So I could only imagine that if I were to put new leaf springs on there or get new bushings to install into the current leaf springs on the truck, that clunk would probably go away and I wouldn't hear it any longer. Any of the clunking or little clunks and vibrations that were up in the front end of the truck are gone 100% completely. The only vibration you feel now is just a slight little vibration from the wheels themselves and the vibration from the Cummins engine. When you're getting into it, it definitely puts a little bit of a vibration out, so I'm sure you guys can relate to that. But my wheels still, even though they're not like super mudder tires, they definitely still vibrate the truck just a wee bit. But I think we are gonna probably just go ahead and see what we can't do for pricing on leaf springs and stuff. I know before I was looking around for when I had my OBS Ford, I was looking around at SD Springs, and I think there was some other shop too that I was looking at, and the prices didn't really seem too bad, but that was for an old OBS Ford, and I don't know, it could be a little bit different for the Dodges, but I know that you can also buy them in different thicknesses with different numbers of different amounts of leaves in them, rated up for different weights and stuff like that, so they can handle more weight or less weight. So there's different options out there on the market. We're gonna look into, check it out, and like I said, compare that to maybe having these ones re-arched and just a bushing kit itself alone, and seeing maybe if just not doing a bushing kit might be the answer. Just a short little video investigating a problem, not so much a problem, more a nuisance that annoys the crap out of me every time I hear it and we go over a bump, and it doesn't do it all the time. It literally depends on the size of the bump, or like how you hit the bump and stuff, and how the truck tweaks going over the bump. So it's weird. It's like a hit or miss type of deal, but anyways, it's there, and I hear it still almost once a day, no doubt, and I want to take care of it. So we're gonna look into that, trying to get that straightened out, just so there's no more clunks, man. I don't want any clunking in my truck. Hit that like button if you have a clunk in your rear end. If you're stopping in for the first time and you're new to the channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Don't be bashful, man, come on. Hit that subscribe button and join in on the fun here at Pure Panorama, because the shit never ends and we're always doing something to this gosh dang truck. So you don't want to miss out on that. You want to be a part of everything that we got going on here and everything that's to come on this channel. I can promise you that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. I just wanna keep